Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. It's Dawn of War 2. Angrathil is our Farseer.
Bruce Campbell's going to be the Orcs, the Commando knob, and we both had the same response to this replay, albeit about 10 seconds difference between them. It was like, ooh, Angrathil, we casted him last time. And then 10 seconds later, after Blake was checking his Facebook, I heard him go, ooh, Angrathil.
just pulled out a really solid game in the last Dawn of War cast we did, and it's just like, you know, you're in for a good time when you've seen a player play before and you're keen on their play style. And
yeah, it was a really nice game to watch, not just for the fact that it was close, but just the way that Angrathil made the Farseer work. Farseer, probably the least popular Eldar Commando. I think you see a lot more of the Warlock and the Warp Spider, so it's a lot of these abilities that you don't see very often, or at least, you know, for scrubber dubs like us. But anyway, Commando Knob looking for some sneaky commando stuff, infiltrating his way up to these Dire Avengers.
Kind of a smart capture order, because it's like, you just know that the Commando Knob's going to be somewhere just looking to ambush your dudes, so, which he has here.
Okay, the Dire Avengers should just melee him so
Yeah.
then the Banshees can close. He does have the nade, but it's pretty easy to dodge. Oh no.
Actually not a bad connection onto the full squad of Banshees. They kind of grouped up to look for a melee because there's only like one model, obviously, being the Commando Knob, but... And it still blows the nade, that's going to be nice. It's down to about half health. Probably about the best engagement you could have hoped for early on. Angrathil's done well.
Yeah, out of energy, so he can't look for any more infiltration, not just yet. Is wrapping around though with two shooter boys.
Double shooters, actually. Double shooters with the Slugger. So you're going to be some pretty crazy range damage. Commando Knob's going to be closing here. Do the Banshees actually decide to commit this one? They're trying to pull back.
Okay, they're going back in now. Commando Knob does retreat, and meanwhile the Farseer and the Dire Avenger squad wrapping around the side. Mass retreat for Bruce Campbell. There's no power to bash just yet, but it could certainly decap the requisition point and maybe even take down the node.
Looking for a few model wipes. The more model wipes, the merrier, especially when you know you've gone for the squads that Bruce Campbell's gone for.
These Dire Avengers got wrecked. You think they're behind heavy cover there, but it's only light cover. Gets the nade out though.
Yeah. Just try and turn the engagement for the Banshees, holding on for as long as possible, even at the risk of model wipes, just to find the decap and make sure that the Howling Banshees get out as well. So that's a pretty big investment and a smart power add-on as well from Bruce Campbell when he knows he's going to retake map control.
Squad of Rangers, they're going to be caught by the Sluggers. Snipers teams do have a setup time, so avoiding melee is a bit difficult. It's something that I really like about DAO 2 compared to Company of Heroes 2 is the setup, pack-up time that the snipers have. The snipers are just far too mobile in Code 2. It's really hard to actually collapse upon them. That being said, Sluggers with the Flamers forcing away some Dire Avengers, and he's found the power node.
Yeah, Farseer actually going to be soft retreating and runs into the squad of the Storm Boys, which is not where he wants to be. Especially with, I'm guessing, no upgrades at this point. Probably actually going to go down here. Finds a special, but yeah, ends up falling. That's weird. A soft retreat when Angrathil knew that all these squads were closing in. Obviously wasn't expecting the Storm Boys.
So something that I want to point out is decapturing requisition points is actually more punishing than what you would initially think, because the requisition has to actually go up in value, up until 30. So not only are you denying the income by your opponent briefly not having it, but then it takes it a minute or so for it to finally go back to its full value. So taking them down is always a great way of punishing your opponent. Now the Rangers can detect quite far range.
It's pretty cool, actually. It makes it very beneficial to look for those decaps. And a lot of games it's just like, unless you're cutting off territory, Company of Heroes 2 for example, it's like, what's cutting off a point? Does it really matter? It's like, not at all. And that's kind of a cool way to do it, is economy over time is a cool way to adjust that, so it actually is, you know, punishing to decapture pretty much any point on the map.
Aspect of Strength, 10% health bonus. Last night we were thinking about, man, is Aspect of Strength 10%? Because Fleetness is 15.
Yeah.
So it is. Still probably worth it, just given how strong that Exarch is with that power sword. Okay, this is the Infiltration Sluggers. It's the Commando Knobs Global. There's no Dire Avenger Exarch here.
So they're going to have the nade available, but will it matter? I mean, this is going to be burners at close range. It's going to have to be a pretty big nade reaction. They do actually manage to flank the shield. And they will just close straight up into melee. Nice play.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see that nade. That was sick.
Either. Man, that was nasty.
So the Dire Avenger Exarchs, as of 2.71 Elite mod, they've been moved to Tier 2, but I think they're actually stronger. So they're doing less detection up until we see Tier 2 come out. I wonder if that's why he went in the Rangers. He really wanted the detection.
Possible.
Also, there was I think a bonus to Pathfinder gear as well. I think that does something that didn't previously. I don't know.
Rangers shake off the Commando knob nade.
Yeah, it's only a stun grenade,
yeah.
So
didn't actually stop the cap. So that's an interesting thing to learn. Is that a taunt or?
What?
Oh, the Commando knob just shook
oh,
the
right,
gun.
yeah. Damn you!
Damn you! Rangers, why have you decaptured my points?
Oh, look at this Doombringer. The Doom debuff, extra received damage on a target.
We have succeeded in our objective.
Could it just be to burst the Commando knob if it gets upgrades? That would kind of make sense. The last game we saw Gravity Blades out of Angrathor's Farseer. A different matchup, obviously. It was against the War Boss, but
you can get some pretty crazy synergies with the Banshees. Doom a squad of Storm Boys while the Banshees are in melee combat. Especially if you then fortune the Banshees as well.
Yeah.
You can make a huge difference to that Banshee squad. And then if you eventually go for the Seer Council, then the same thing.
I love interesting synergies. It is cool. Wow.
Now, the Rangers are expensive to reinforce. They do cost power, so don't want to leave them out in the open taking damage.
Second model drop, Commando knob just forcing his way up the left-hand side, but the expense of potentially losing power here. Is that looters getting forced off at the top, or yeah?
No, they're just shooters that have.
Right, okay.
Oh, there's a grenade. I didn't quite get any damage off. Yeah, just the big shooter upgrade.
Big shooters, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure because we didn't scroll up, but yeah, that makes sense. Gen Bash for Gen Bash though. The burner sluggers sneak on through, and there's the Doom getting thrown down. So it's nice with Ranger help. Should be another model wipe. It is. Should we just be 2 gens to retreat? Oh no, it goes out a little bit too soon. Okay, Banshees are gonna run in.
Yeah, he had to dodge the Storm Boys. Banshee's gonna be backing out now. Wow, they're sticking around for a little bit. I don't know what happened there with that retreat.
Should just take out the gen and back off here. Be worthwhile.
Yeah, it wouldn't take him long. It's only 40 health.
Yeah, a single burst pretty much from these Dire Avengers.
Okay, a good cover that is.
Yeah, throws in the Dire Avenger shield. Probably should follow this up with a nade as well. But they got big shooters.
Yeah. So with that bubble, it's actually not heavy cover. I believe it gives full damage immunity, but the cover itself gets destroyed. It's different to like the Imperial Guard cover that they build, which is actually just heavy cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a squad wipe. That's a squad wipe. Gotta be a squad wipe, surely.
Yeah, 100%. Big misplay there. Angrathor losing a squad. Had the upgrades. And now he's going to be versing a Killer Can, rather a Death Dread, already being built by Bruce Campbell. Angrathor does have his tier 2 as well. Looks like he's going to go for a Falcon, I would say.
Would make the most sense. Jed Bash Mark II. It's going to bait out the squads for an engagement and just use the Commando Knobs Global to stealth in these sluggers. It's cool.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Okay, he gets a knockback, still not retreating.
He's trying to stealth away from this.
Oh yeah, that's clever.
Yeah.
If he actually will.
Which way did he go? So taking shots is an interesting choice. I mean, there is the Doom. They can probably win this, but there's the knob. So.
Wow, the Farseer gets forced off. Yeah, they have the Swamp 'em ability from the knob on that squad. Looks like the Farseer's out of trouble here. Oh no, the Death Dread.
Uh-oh. Will he get it? I think he's gonna get it.
Nah, not quite. Okay, so it is the Wraith Lord.
I was wondering if the Death Dread was also just going to shake his, I guess, spinning claw angrily at the Rangers as they run away once again, but that was really close. So Bright Lance upgrade, does Angrathor have enough power?
No upgrades just yet. I think he can afford it. Bruce Campbell getting a squad of the Tank Busters, seeing that Wraith Lord, wanting to go for that. The Commando Knob can also get a rocket launcher as well, which is pretty powerful because you have that infiltration.
I don't exactly know how that interaction works. Like, do you decide where the plasma grenades
Yeah,
get
you
pulled
aim
down?
them,
Or
yeah.
okay, you do. Right, so maybe expecting a retreat then. It's weird that he didn't save that for a bigger engagement against the shooters and then call down the Autark. It just seems as like it's pretty beneficial. We see it in the last game, and I think we just see it so rarely. Please don't lose the Autark. We just see it so rarely is that the plasma grenades actually did a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was against sluggers in that game, but yeah, it was really contributed to the engagement, and then the Autark appears as well and does a bunch of damage, so it's cool. Unit composition, not bad. Franklin can probably deal with this, but maybe doesn't want to fight it until he has a proper counter for this Death Dread. Outside of just having the Wraith Lord. I mean, the Tank Busters are here as well, it's going to be an issue. He's going to actually fight this heads up.
Yeah, the Fortune's going to be an option here for the Banshees. They are committing. The Wraith Lord's definitely stronger than the Death Dread. Banshee's going to be tying up the Tank Busters. They don't have any damage. Knockback comes down from the Rangers. The Banshees are very low. Has to retreat along the side to avoid the killer. Oh, the Death Dread goes back in. Doesn't time the retreat long enough. No retarget there onto the Banshee with the Death Dread. And the Banshee squad does survive.
Yeah, actually walks out of there. Good retargeting coming in from Bruce Campbell, focusing down the Howling Banshees, forcing them off, but doesn't actually find the wipe, which is really unfortunate, and will mean he loses the engagement. Death Dread are going to kite this one out. Wraith Lord sells a lot of health, and it's going to be a mass retreat. On the side of Bruce Campbell. Very nicely played engagement by Angrathor.
Yeah, able to get the VPs back now, capping up the bottom one. Whoa, was that another wipe? That was the Dire Avenger squad that went down on this VP. Two Dire Avenger wipes, no repairs for this Wraith Lord.
I suppose the reason Angrathor won that engagement is that the Storm Boys weren't there at the time, so they couldn't dive on the back, they couldn't go into the Rangers, and that was obviously an issue. Couldn't go on the Rangers, couldn't then peel back onto the Wraith Lord or the Autark, which was an issue.
Yeah, Autark now has the Power Blade upgrade. Executioner.
Any other hero upgrades we're seeing coming down? I mean, what does Angrathor have?
Well, that's pretty baller. He had a second power node. Had one generator there.
What's on the Farseer at the moment? Any gear?
Do bring in Fortune.
Yeah, same as before. And how about the Commando knob? Anything interesting? Nothing yet. Okay.
See if we can keep this Dire Avenger squad alive this time.
Yeah, probably. This is among the safer of retreats when you're on full health, max models, so... Looking towards our victory points, 297 for Angrathor, 412 on the side of Bruce Campbell.
Wow, tier 3 for Bruce Campbell, going straight for that one. That power so close to being destroyed. Didn't quite find any kill there. Sort of feel like the Bright Lance would have been a better choice here, instead opting for the Shuriken Cannon. Oh, so no, it is Bright Lance, my bad. I don't know why.
I was wondering what you're talking about. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought I'd screwed up. I was like looking at the model. I'm like, that's a Bright Lance, isn't it? So it's where the power was invested, surely. But yeah, the Bruce Campbell suffered a little bit less gen harassment. That's gonna go for the T3. Also, it has no war gear on the Commando knob. So, makes sense. It's a little bit ahead in terms of power. Nice little Autark jump. Well played.
Do you know who Bruce Campbell is? The real Bruce Campbell?
I recognise the name, but no.
He's an actor. Like, he used to do action movies in the 80s, I think.
Right, okay. Yeah.
And he's been in a few things recently. He's sort of a meme in a sense, just because of like the cheesy action movies.
I feel like I need to look him up now.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd recognize him.
I saw what he looked like maybe I'll have a...
Have you seen the show, I think it's called Life? It's like the guy who goes to prison. He comes
no,
out.
I haven't, no. I mean, I've heard of the show, but...
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Oh, that dude! Yeah. Okay.
I feel like you should show the people on the webcam,
Okay.
otherwise they're gonna wonder.
Yeah, definitely. So that guy's Bruce Campbell. And
I doubt they can see given how small the webcam probably is, but
yeah.
whatever.
You
Look it up
can
if you
also
really
look
want
it
to
up.
know.
Right, okay. No, I do recognize the dude. I don't know what I've seen him in, but
Oh
yeah, I
man,
do
this
recognize the
bench
dude.
is taking a lot of damage. They avoid the Storm Boys because they jump out. Rangers looking for a knockback, I think, but no, they have to disengage from this one. Destro's going to be up close against these Banshees, and they're very low. The Storm Boys are just doing so much damage. Could be another Dire Avenger wipe.
Why are the Banshees in ranged mode? Range stance plus no more.
Wow,
Storm
that
Boys
being
also
said,
retreating.
they're taking so much damage with the Doom from the Wraith Lord. The Farseer Dire Avengers could even find a wipe here. 7 health, gets the range attack. That was sick. Knows he couldn't get the melee attack, swaps to his range stance, gets that one. And that's a Storm Boy squad down, very valuable squad. And now it's the squad of the Warp Spiders. They can actually use their Haywire Grenade. That can slow and do damage. There we go.
Yeah, Haywire Grenade is actually going to be enough, but at the same time, rockets are being fired and it's chilling Wraithlord. Wraithlord, stop chilling and get moving.
Does he
Walk
teleport
away.
his Warp Spiders in to make sure he ties up the Tank Hunters? No, they don't get within range there for the extra attack.
Suppression coming down from the Banshees that have actually managed to reinforce during this time. Nice engagement. We did see the Farseer also falling during the engage. So gonna have to do the old buyback Angrathul, but a very cool engagement. I don't know what those Banshees were doing though.
Yeah, that was so sad because they're running around in circles and they went for the Storm Boys and then they didn't, and then yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was sad. And the thing is with how melee combat works is when you're in melee, you take a lot less damage.
From range.
Yeah, from range, yeah. So when you're just standing around out in the open, you take a lot more damage than if you're actually fighting something else. So something like Banshees that are very fragile, you definitely want to be in melee combat.
Yeah, Swampum is actually going to cancel the Warp Spider's capture, so that's really nice. It means that Bruce Campbell continues to shift the VPs in his favor. It's going to cost him a few models on this Slugger squad, but that's all cool. A little bit of a late retreat will cost him a couple more, but VP's still ticking in his favor. 168 now for Angrathul compared to the 402 of Bruce Campbell in a much better position.
Okay, were you referring to the infiltration? Because I believe that's called like hide your boys or something like that.
No.
Swampum's the yellow thing.
Yeah. No, they swamped them on the VP to make the Warp Spiders jump out. Were you watching? Or?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's right. No. They swamped them, unless I missed it. Yeah, no, they swamped them on the VP to prevent the capture, because the VP was like 90% capture, but the Swampum was like the Warp Spiders were gonna die if they stuck around against the Sluggers. So, it's how they force the two VPs now still for Bruce Campbell. And really no way for Angrathul to currently recapture. I had to force the Warp Spiders back to base. Very mobile squad, so maybe they can flank around the outside and look for a VP capture, but they're probably not going to have time to capture it before, orc rotation. Bruce Campbell having a very nicely filled out roster with 80 out of 100 pop cap.
Okay, he's going for a Shuriken Cannon. I think he's just really annoyed about all these shooters. They're keeping such a problem because one of them uses the suppression on the Banshees, so they can't close, and then the other squad just guns down the Banshees. He does have the Farseer with no health, looking to get the cap first. But right now, the Knob's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, this is an issue.
The Wraithlord's pretty good versus them because of the splash damage, but I still think the Knobs can just fight them, especially with the Tank Busters here.
Yeah, Knobs and the Tank Busters in a pretty good spot.
Trying to tie up the Tank Busters is a good choice there with the Autarch, but can't stay around versus those Sluggers. So I think that thing makes them immune to damage, or at least immune to suppression. Oh no. I don't know what that thing does, I can't remember.
Okay.
That orange thing.
Maybe it's on their upgrade there that they've got. Does it say? Jumpers? No. Okay, that's cool.
Hide and seek.
Still suppression coming out. It's looking pretty good. Shuriken Cannon's doing some work. The range damage is actually for real now. Autarch also the Howling Banshee's also jumping in with a bunch of damage. Very nice play.
Doesn't drop a single knob though with these Banshees.
Power stays in the banks with Bruce Campbell, who has a considerable amount at the moment. Commando Knob currently invincible on max health. No, he's taking a bit of damage.
Upgrades.
Yeah. No, still nothing. I mean, I get where the power's being invested, but at this point, I mean, what is Bruce Campbell getting? It must be one more unit. Like, does he? I don't think he wants a looted tank here. Maybe a looted tank. We want something, obviously. Saving up rec and power at the moment, and no upgrades on the Commando knob doesn't really make much sense. Obviously, he wants one more unit to round out the pop cap before he goes for upgrades, but it's still weird.
Yeah, the Autark can also get the fusion gun, which is an anti-vehicle weapon, but having already invested in the Executioner. Actually, I don't know. Can you swap? Because obviously you can swap with heroes. I know with attack squad. I can't remember with Autark.
I can't remember. No idea. I don't play enough Elder. It's one of those things where it's just like you just gotta play the game to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like there's no amount of casting will ever tell you, or unless the Autark actually switches this game.
I do like Elder, but I don't really use the Autark much, which I know is really dumb because the Autark is just so good and everyone else uses it. Okay, good knockback there. Has the Doom on them as well, so his Wraithballs are doing a lot of damage, but still can't stick around for too long with the Tank Busters.
Yeah, nothing tying up the Tank Busters. Everything gets committed onto the knobs, and that's going to end up being a problem. I don't know if the knobs can catch. A couple more auto attacks. There we go. Wraithball falls. Wraith Spiders also forced to run away. So Warp Spiders also forced to run away. Knew one of my words was wrong. Didn't pick it. They will back off. Dire Avengers just showing at least the VPs are being held for the moment by Angrathul. He's going to be happy about that. That's a bold investment as well. Just goes into the tier 3. I mean, maybe we see a Seer Council here.
Oh, nice. No, it pops out, gets in melee, but loses the webway gate.
New units are now available to us.
There's the tier 3.
It is a looted tank.
Okay, he has decided on the looted tank. Not bad, not bad. What's the red float here for Angrathul? Enough for Eldritch or no? I always get... The midpoint is around 500. I always get confused where it is.
Wow, shotgun. That's actually pretty cool because you can knock back the Banshees. And that's going to make a big difference in those fights.
What else has he got? So it's the shotgun and the combat kit. Okay, yeah.
It's health by 100, energy.
Health regen.
Yeah.
So just stays in the fight a bit longer. Lots of shotgun blasties.
Allows him also to infiltrate for a little longer. Which is good though, because he's very squishy at this stage of the game, especially against things like Warp Spiders, which have so much step range damage.
Hello, looted tank. Welcome to the battlefield. How will Angrathul deal with you?
Well, he does still have the Warp Spiders with the Haywire Grenades, has the Banshees, has the Autark, the Doombringer as well. A bit of soft anti-vehicle, but no real hard anti-vehicle. Unless he goes for a Bright Lance.
Yeah, and I feel like he just really needs a Shuriken in his unit composition. I don't think going for the Bright Lance is an option here. He might have to, but the Seer Council's already been invested into. That's sad.
Yep, suppression coming through allows the looted tank to get a few more shots off before they hit melee range. And those Seer Council already dropping a model very low as well. They'll certainly lose more on retreat. Banshee's flanking around, but they're very low. Oh man.
Also going to be, and it's a bad retreat path as well. Going to take some more shitter damage. We'll see the retarget from the looted tank. It doesn't look like it. Oh no, it's going to be the Bright Lance upgrade. Okay, cool. Because it might be enough to take out the looted tank.
Yeah, has that power melee weapon. This should be it. One hit away from dying. Down goes the looted tank. Farseer's going to be retreating through the knobs. Shooters forcing away the Bright Lance team. And Farseer should die here.
1 health?
Yeah.
Okay, just. Ends up falling. Okay, that was a pretty clutch investment actually from Angrathul. It was the dreaded mid-combat upgrade.
Yeah.
No, it's a Bright Lance!
Oh wow, I love this. Yeah. Popsy's diving. Did you go back in? No, okay. Because he actually aimed the webway rather than the Dire Avengers. I thought if he was aiming at the Dire Avengers, popping in the webway could have saved them, but not a big deal. Has the Seer Council already back on the field thanks to that webway gate.
Gotta love
the
it.
webway's giving him so much VP control, which he desperately needs with only 56 VPs remaining.
Yeah, I really love this mass retreat. Needs his units back on the field ASAP. He doesn't have time to muck around. Knows he can't hold the VP against that many knobs and the shooters. It's really intelligent retreat. The Seer Council is just super fast.
We're turning to engage now.
I don't know how this 1v1 goes. I'm pretty sure the knobs will just take him out. So much knockback.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I've been told the Seer Councils are better, but they weren't at full health. So, and I think you have to time out that ability as well.
Right. The intricacies of knob versus Seer Council micro evade me, I'm afraid. 51 VPs against 180, so Bruce Campbell no longer having the commanding lead.
That's
Previously, oh no. Oh, it's rough. That was a really late pullback.
So does he cancel his Nob squad now and go for a looted tank knowing that the right lance was destroyed?
I might. But, I mean, it's so hard to judge at this stage of the game. You know, could Angrathor just invest into another Shuriken Bright Lance? Does he have the resources for that? So it turns out no, actually quite low on requisition, but still.
Infiltrated Nobs, that's so nasty.
Oh, yeah. Hello, you dead?
There's no Exarch on this Dire Avenger squad, so they weren't detected they weren't detecting the infiltrated Nobs. That should be another dead Dire Avenger. Nice knockback.
Good hustle Ranger, but the nade's actually going to miss. So pretty poor follow-up.
Okay, well goes for the
run Ranger, run!
Yeah, goes for the Ranger instead.
Uh-oh.
The hero Martyr Ranger gave his life to knock back the Dire Avengers, or the knock back the Nobs, saving the Dire Avengers. They actually don't save themselves. So the Dire Avenger, perhaps, the Ranger dying for nothing, but no, the Sea Council comes in. There's only tank busters anyway, so they weren't very good in melee.
That's all fine. Sea Council disruption gonna be enough here. Yeah, it's another looted tank, and Angrathor goes, damn it! Looted tanks! Run away! He's having a bad time with looted tanks today, and I guess it's gonna be another Shuriken into Bright Lance.
So only 4 Sea Council models, but there is the Autark there.
Only this time it's going to be really obvious as well. If it's not a Shuriken, it's going to be such an obvious Bright Lance. So I mean, Bruce Campbell's going to play much more safely around it.
He's already used the Autark charm there. He gets it on cooldown again, able to get a heal off. Perhaps could have saved him there, but Angrathor looking like he's struggling. Going for a squad of Fire Dragons. Fire Dragons actually pretty good versus Nobs as well, as long as they can stay at range. But Bruce Campbell's looking strong here. That being said, he has been reduced down to only 100 VPs.
Super speedy squads here. Shotgun's actually working out well for the Commando. A lot of disruption onto these Banshees. Just been running Banshee squads and Seer Councils along to this side VP to cap it.
Throws his nades down. The looters opening up, as are the double shooters. I love the looters because that's able to give him a VP control very easily, but losing that Banshee squad's a pretty big blow. The Seer Council also need to be fully reinforced, and they are expensive.
I'm not even close to full health. Really don't want to drop the squad, but I suppose Angrathor's just desperate at this point. I actually did drop the Nob, but I feel like that's not a very good trade in the game. And the Fire Dragons can't just run at a looted tank. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, not without the Exarch in particular. Oh no.
Brutal.
Oops. There goes the Fire Dragons. The Seer Council could be next. 2
Fire Dragons getting wiped in a single shot from the looted tank is the equivalent of an entire squad being dropped by a Panzer IV in Pro 2. That's rough. Seer Council and 2 models are somehow still alive. Hero Seer Council drops 1 squad. Can they get the slug as well? No, there they go. Rest in peace. This looted tank taking so many 2-for-1 trades. Still, I mean, the VP bleed is on and cancelled immediately. 41 VPs for Angrathor. And I feel like he's thrown too much away here compared to the 86 of Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, the Autark survived on 11 health.
Fire Dragons thrown away, Seer Council thrown away. For no reason, I feel like he had time for one last desperate throw-in, or at least maybe getting the Autark on the Fire Dragon, and they're looking for a better engagement.
There isn't much reason to send out a Seer Council squad that has 2 squad models.
Angrathor just feeling he needed to close the game, and you know, I get that, but it's going to cost him, as it turns out. Then a 30 VPs, that should be it. I mean, really nothing Angrathor can do to come back. He's going for this capture, screw the wipe. I mean, actually gets the wipe, but it's going to cost him the game if he doesn't go for the capture soon. 22 VPs.
Actually could get a tank buster's wipe here as well. He's going to be retreating past the Autark.
This could be the comeback. I mean, we don't know what's coming in, but will they stop the decap? Not in time. Decap comes through. No more point ticking for Angrathor. He's going to be happy about that.
Yeah, this is a full Seer Council squad, and the Farseer's there for support. Has all energy available.
This is probably the best engagement the Seer Council is going to find. Trying to time out the ability coming in from the Nobs. 6 VPs. No, the Autark was forced to retreat. The Commando Nob got pulled back to life, and that will be the game.
Yeah, GG. Oh, that was a bit sad. Yeah, it wasn't a great game there for Angrathor. Oh well.
Not badly played for sure, but I mean, just nice unit mix from Bruce Campbell.
Lost 2
Played that
Dire
really
Avenger
well.
squads pretty early on, and that's hard to come back
that's
from.
Costly. Losing quite a few squads that were just unnecessary losses, like the Shuriken Cannon. Yeah, I guess that last engagement, you can't really fault him for losing squads there. It was kind of a last-ditch ploy to look for VP captures, but
Yeah.
I feel like he had another shot there if he just reinforced the Seer Council and then went into the engagement. He was trying to find the timing where the Commando knob was down and the actual squad of knobs was out of position or not in the fight, which they weren't. But yeah, trying to FYI for all your Dawn of War players, can't just run down a looted tank with one squad of fire dragons.
Yeah, and he didn't have enough requisition to get a fire prism in the end. That would have been really nice versus the knobs. Has to keep reinforcing his squads, and that's what the VPs do when you run out of VPs. You have to take those bad engagements, and that is a very welcome sound. Our lasagna is done.
Nice timing to finish this cast. So we will leave you with whatever you happen to be doing after watching the General's Gentlemen to go grab some lasagna. Thank you for tuning in. We do have a Discord link is in the description if you'd like to join and hang out. You may. Till next time, catch you later.
Bye.